Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. We're back at it again. Yours truly, God's favorite host, alongside my brother, the voice of reason, one half of the founding fathers, captain of the goofy ship, the Commanderlorain, Crevonte, baby.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up.
That's that damn music off.
Stupid. Just stupid.
Well, now that's goofy.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Crevonte, baby.
Why you keep calling me back to do this, yo? Why you keep calling me back to do this, man? It gets worse.
I was kind of scared to text you today.
Uh-huh.
I was kind of scared to text. I was kind of scared to text you today, and then I was like, "Oh man, I don't know if he even wants to do it anymore."
It's gonna be rough, man. But I knew, the previous 2 weeks and this week was gonna be an absolute. It was gonna be a rough one, but we got to get through it.
The bad juju. We're in November, heading into the holiday season, so hopefully a little holiday cheer for the Commanders. And we'll get to it. But only place Crevonte, can't forget, give you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, vote on the poll, let us know if the season is over. Crevonte said it about 2 weeks ago. He thought it was on the brink of being over. I put it in the title. The season's on life support. They will lose tomorrow. Fall to 3-7 is pretty much over, but let's not start on a down note. Let's start high and then go low. Opposite of start low, go high. The trade deadline this past week, Crevonte, was this past Tuesday. A lot of movement. Some of the notable moves, I'll pull them up. You've seen them. Sauce Gardner goes to the Colts. Quinn Williams to the Cowboys. Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars. And maybe my favorite move, Rashid Shaheed to the Seahawks. How you feel about those moves, Crevonte, when you look at the moves that were made at the trade deadline?
So the Sauce Gardner is one that probably took the cake, that probably broke the free agency like internet. That's the one that did it, was the Sauce Gardner one, because whoa. Sneaky was Rashid Shaheed. That was a sneaky good one, because after the Seahawks played us, you'd have thought they was amazing. They didn't need to change nothing offensively, but with Cooper Kupp, I forgot what his injury was or how long he was going to be out for, but it's nothing wrong with adding to the wide receiver room when you got guys like Jackson Smith and Jigba, and you have an offensive line like you do, and you have a running back like you do. So I thought that was a yeah. Yo, Alex, what's up, man? So what I was about to say, Shaheed was the probably sneaky pick, but the Sauce Gardner move, my gosh, that is a big boy move for the Colts. That's like, oh, we going in, like we are were number one seed for a hot second, but and that loss to Silves was like, it's not enough. We need to make one splash move at a premium position, and they absolutely did. All right, you got top three, probably a top three, corner in the league. And I think that like almost probably solidifies their defense because the defense was already solid. Now they have a guy who can legit take away your number one offensive threat, or at least on the outside, and that changes how you play defense. It gives you a lot more room to do some more exotic blitzes, and you can leave somebody like a Sauce Gardner on an island and trust that he'll do well. So that's a phenomenal pickup for the Colts, and the Colts were probably happy to give up 2 first-round picks because they're like, we plan on being in the 20s anyway. So it don't mean much. Sneaky. Jerry Jones pulled up.
I was about to ask you how you feel about all these new NFC East editions: Jalen Phillips, Quentin Williams, and Logan Wilson. But I think Wilson and Williams are signed through next year. I think Phillips is a free agent though, so they'll be here next year in the NFC East. Crevonte, that you got to do it.
Hate it. And they're both defenders. With and we ain't even played the Eagles yet. You know what I'm saying? We got to deal with Phillips twice in 3 weeks when we do play the Eagles. But Williams, we know Williams is a terror, absolute terror on the interior. And I thought Phillips, it has to be ecstatic right now, like going from Miami to Philly. Now he probably don't like the weather. He probably don't care for the weather too much, but as far as the organization and the atmosphere and the winning, he probably loves it, man. I think he'll fit right at home in Philadelphia, and that sucks for my Commanders.
Draft picks, Crevonte, the Jets, a lot of them over the next 2 years. We cover the draft like nobody's business here. I mean, I just want to.
Hey, wait, they're gonna be fun. They're gonna be fun to watch. Woo! My heavens.
2 firsts this year, 2 seconds, and 3 firsts in 2027.
Gosh. Listen, if y'all mess this up, y'all shouldn't be in the organization. Like 26, go ahead, grab your quarterback and shoot. You ain't got to trade up. You might be bad enough to actually just get one. With the Jets. And you got 2 twos. You could jump back into the first round if you want to get, if you want to get crazy with it, even though you already got 2 first-round picks. But it gives you so many things you can do, so many options. And your team is so bad, you want more. You know what I'm saying? You need guys to fill all these holes, but the biggest one being quarterback. Jets ain't had a quarterback in quite some time. You know what I'm saying? But they have 7 premium picks over the next 2 years, and we ain't even talking about the rest of their draft. But this is just their prime time, their premier picks. 7 of them for the next 2 drafts. So who's the GM over there? Is it the same guy still over there?
It is the same guy. Hold on, let me see. It's
then there's a chance they could jack this up.
It is Darren Mogi. Yeah, Darren Mogi.
At this point, you got the keys to a Ferrari with these picks. Don't jack this up. I guess it's easier said than done for an organization like the Jets. But my gosh, yeah, the Jets. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how you have a sale. You know what I'm saying? This is how you do it. So the Jets ought to be probably by 28, 29. If this goes well, they should be contenders. And I'm talking about in the AFC. Like by 29, give that first group, the 26 group, get their footing down, and they get at 27 a little bit of time to get it footing done. Get that footing in the NFL. 29, they should be competing legitly.
Yeah, and 27 is supposed to be a big time draft. Jeremiah Smith from the Ohio State, possibly if Arch Manning gets it together. There are other players that we can name. Oh, Ryan Williams from Alabama, who's playing right now, the other receiver.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He know how to play some football. Yeah,
and their quarterback Ty Simpson, he is rising up draft boards, maybe as quarterback number 1. So it's going to be interesting to see this rest of the season.
Timothy, I agree. That one right there. I don't want any Fugazi win. Shout out to Fugazi. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen that word spelled many different ways, but I got it. Give me a top 5 pick, top 3 even, as high as we can get, because that boy Ruben Bain, whoo, and yeah. you see that's bad that I'm looking into it already, but that boy bad. But it's a couple other guys that's like legit at the top. I think we're probably in, like, if the season ended today, we'd probably be like in the 4th spot. I'm sorry, 8th. We'd probably be in like the 8th spot or something like that. They said trade up, more picks, and address wide receiver, edge, linebacker. Jets could draft Jeremiah Smith. They are in prime position to draft Jeremiah Smith. That is very true, Alex. Jets go ahead and win 5 or 6 games and then trade up with Washington, get Dante Moore or whoever. Cardinals are likely to part ways with Kyler Murray this offseason. That's what I've heard. I heard that.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, they're saying the Jets could be a team in on him, maybe. The Jets could be in on him.
Just get your own, bro. Don't even just go ahead and get your own. Listen, Kyler Murray's shortcomings are very clear. And that's no pun intended. Well, all pun intended, whatever. But he's a small guy, man. So, it's gonna be some limitations that come with that. Bryce Young has been going through it, even though he's been playing better as of late. But man, when you're a short guy in the NFL, you really gotta be able to see the field. And at 5'10", with the average height of an offensive lineman being 6'4", 6'5", you have to be able to move, and that's that could be a lot, and that could be a strain on an offense. But Kyler Murray will find another home for sure, because there's not 32 quarterbacks better than him, so he will find a home elsewhere. But I think the Cardinals experiment is about done, and I think we're about done. I don't want to speak for you, but I think we're about done.
I am done. You can speak for me. I'm done.
Okay, cool. We're done. Okay,
we're done.
So,
looking at the schedule, Crevonte, you see any? Like I said, it's tough, man. Do you see any more than maybe 1 or 2 more wins? And like I said, we can kind of tie this into the injury news. JD5 does not need surgery, but he won't be reevaluated until after the bye week. This is just smoke and mirrors, right? He's done for the season, right? No way he comes back.
It's got to be.
Okay.
It's got to be, right? Okay. Like, Terry McLaurin is out. Like,
I was just saying, I'll pull up the injury report. You go ahead, get into it. I'll pull up the injury
report. Okay. You don't have, it's not enough for him to just play. There needs to be offensive weapons. Like that game where Luke McCaffrey was the number 1 receiver is not going to work. Like, he has to hold the ball longer. He has to put on his cape and try to make things happen. And that's how you get hurt. So not having weapons on the outside is just as bad as not having your tackles not be healthy. You know what I'm saying? So this team is not prepared to have JD5 thrive. Like, I'm over. He had his 4th injury in 2 years. Like, it's too much, and it's absolutely unnecessary. And again, I still feel a way about Dan Quinn keeping him in there as long as he did. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just asking him to get hurt. Like, all of these games are going to be out of reach. Like, we're probably going to be underdogs in all of our games moving forward. And I'm going to be honest with you. The Dolphins game will be interesting because Tua not playing. I'm hearing Ewers about to be out there. And it's going to be Marcus Mariota and Quentin Ewers. I'm sure the powers that be did not foresee that one coming. But So I mean,
poor Madrid.
But hey, I'm sorry, that's not our best product. I'm sorry, but that game is very losable. You know what I'm saying? The Giants, very losable. Like we can go. We would have to go to New York for the second game, right? So
Yes.
I think that game is a loss too. Without Scatterball and Malik Neighbors, we ain't got nothing for them, nothing. So we got 3 wins. I think there's no way we have more than 4. No way. Like 4 and what's that? 4 and 13 is our best bet. But I'm with Timothy, man. I'm not all about the whole. Tank is like a taboo word now, but we're so bad. It's not tanking. Like we're that bad. So it's not like, oh my gosh, they could be playing better. They could win. No, we're actually really that bad. And I'm not. Listen, I either want to be how it was last year or really bad. I hate being in no man's land when it comes to the draft. At least I hate it. Even though not to say you can't find premier players, in that mid rounds or anywhere in the draft, but I want my crack again the top 5 guy if I can. So Timothy, I am with you.
Injury report real quick. JD5 out, Terry McLaurin out, Bill and Laramie Tunsil, a lot of other players still there. Oh, also Frankie Louvu won his appeal, so just face a fine and not be suspended as well.
Yes, I did see. I think it's like 100,000 or something like that, but at least he gets to play. Obviously the 2 biggest one is Terry McLaurin and JD5. Like, I don't know what you expect for this game. Like, I just saw a stat that the Lions are second in the NFL when it comes to like average number of sacks per game. I was like, oh boy, that's not good. That's not good. So Mariota might want to let go of the ball sooner rather than later, because we got guys screaming off the edge trying to take his head off. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, man.
You see the Lions injury report, they got a couple of guys out, but they seem to always have injuries and make do.
Yeah, that they're used to it, but they're key guys find a way to play. So yeah, this is going to be unfortunate. And also 47 going to be in the house, 45, 47 going to be at the house too. Like,
he wants the stadium named after him. Are you naming the stadium after him?
He got the nerve. Get out of here. I'd rather it be Commanders Field forever. No endorsements. Like, no, Commanders Field forever. Like, boy, if you don't get out of here, like, you want to take credit for everything. Take credit for this shutdown. Take credit for all the BS that's going on in this country right now. Take credit for all that. He still found time to do a construction on a ballroom. He want the stadium named after him. Brother, it's people out here starving, and you talking about you want the stadium. Ain't nothing being named after you. Like, if you don't get out of here, piss me off, man. I hate that he's gonna be at the game, man. It's not even gonna be watchable, yo. And also they're gonna have a TSA style, like check, like, you know what I'm saying, to enter the
yeah, security, yeah.
Oh yeah, security finna be turned up, and guess what? They probably not getting paid either.
Real quick, Crevonte, I saw this note. Joe Witt Jr. will be on the sideline. Now, they have given up nearly 5 touchdowns per game during 4-game losing streak. They are giving up 253.6 yards through the air, and they rank 29th in the league, and an NFL high 8.36 yards per pass play. Talk about that, and I will be right back. But you rock with that real quick.
And it's bad, man. It's absolutely bad. And whether it's a top tier team, a good team, bad, this is your time to get off on the Commanders with all of the injuries we have. The defense is subpar at bad. It's actually not even subpar. I can't even say that. It's really bad. I think we're like bottom or 31st in all the major categories. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty ugly. And Sam Darnold looked like Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes came back to life. And I think Jared Goff is going to do similar things. And the crazy thing is they have an elite passing game and they have an elite running game. And I don't think we're going to be able to stop neither. That's the trash part in this. So yeah, definitely not looking forward to it. But Joe Witt Jr. being on the sidelines, at this point, things are so bad, you have to try something. You have to change something. Like you being in the skybox or whatever, calling plays just ain't working. I don't know if you and Dan Quinn need to be side by side doing this, but it's really bad. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be better. Going into this week. So, yeah, I'm be honest with you, man. I don't like it. It says y'all surprised the Commandos didn't trade a couple of players off. I'm not. I'm really not, like, especially like Debo. Like we kind of just got those players. We don't have the, I guess, cachet. We don't have the players to really have like a fire sale. I was willing to let go of whoever just to get picks because we only have six picks next year, and I think 4 of them are day 3 picks. I think we have a first round pick and we have a third. So gotta find time to we gotta find a way to get a second pick. And yeah, man, I don't know, man. Raj, Mark, and D was in here. Pumpkin head. Stadium Armory for 45-47.
Crevonte, these teams have met 48 times. And the Commanders lead 32-16. That includes the playoffs. And most recently, the playoffs last year, 45-31 victory. Man, what a time. Just like yesterday.
Yeah. Guess it's gonna be 32-17, man. It may be, it might get ugly. Like I think it's gonna be a similar game to, just like I said for the Seahawks, it might get ugly. I think it's gonna get ugly just like the Chiefs and the Seahawks game. Like we're gonna fight it. It's gonna be hard to score, and it's gonna be hard to stop them. So I think the Lions are gonna get into the 30s, and we may or may not get into double digits. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly, unfortunately.
The Lions could have did more at the deadline. Are they one of those teams that could have did more?
Who?
The Lions. You think they could have did more at the deadline, maybe?
Sure, I guess you had the opportunity, but I mean, I don't think you should do it just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have had to been that guy to make a splash, like another prime time like edge rusher or Sauce Gardner. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, man, I don't think it wasn't too much for the Lions that the Lions needed to do, unless you're gonna get another elite defender. Other than that, it's not too much to do.
7.5 point spread, 49.5 over under.
7.5. Whew, yeah, that's gonna happen. 49.5, and I promise you, majority of them will be from the Lions. Like I said, they're gonna get into the 30s, maybe even 35, 38, something like that. I don't think this game's gonna be ugly. And honestly, I think with Trump being in the house, it's probably gonna be worse.
65 degrees, beautiful weekend at the DMV, weather-wise at least.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't think it's November.
November playing a lot of games right now, man. I'm not sure what's going on, but yeah, it's gonna be a great day, a great day for football, and it's gonna at 4, at 4:30. So that's gonna be different. But again, that prime-ish window. Gotta get us out of there, man. Gotta get us out of there.
How do you feel about the Lions when you look at the NFC hierarchy of teams? Are they right there in the top 2 or 3?
Yeah, well, I think there's probably only 4 teams that I can see legit contending in the top of the NFC, like contending to like go to the Super Bowl. I think it's the Eagles, the Rams, the Lions, and the Packers. And honorable mention would be the Seahawks. But the Packers are shaky, man. The Packers are really shaky, but I do think the Lions is in that top tier that could legit compete for a Super Bowl. Like I say, Rams, Eagles, Lions, Packers, and the Seahawks are like an honorable mention just because I think Sam Darnold is 5th best out of the quarterbacks there, but I do think the Lions are, top tier in the NFC.
All right, Crevonte. This week, I know it's not looking too bright, but keys to victory, keys to not get blown out. Maybe you change it.
Keys to not get blown out. Jesus. Okay. I think one of the biggest keys to not getting blown out is to start fast, man. You got it. You got to start the game fast. You're already behind the 8 ball. You're already a super underdog. You got to start fast. Get some points on the board. All your drives need to end in some kind of points because this Lions team can put up points in bunches, so every point counts. Establish the run because they got guys like Aiden Hutchinson coming off the edge. Our offensive line is not the best. It could get ugly if Marcus Mariota is just dropping back and passing. I fear for his life in that situation. So Bill Krosky, Merritt, McNichols, who else? All the running backs, all of them are going to have to take on this load and be able to move the chains, man. Get positive yards. Also, my next one goes into protecting the ball. I think that's one way to protect the ball is to keep the Lions from having it. Using a run game and holding on to the ball, winning the time of possession is going to be huge. But also, with protect the ball, got to limit turnovers. And that goes into my next one. Forcing turnovers. We have to win the turnover battle. But I sound like a broken record. Win the turnover battle. And I'm not talking about by just 1. We win the turnover battle by 2 if this is going to be a close game. Got to find a way to limit big plays. This team can get out the gate. They got a guy named Jahmyr Gibbs that is he can be shot out of a cannon. You know what I'm saying? Go 75, 80 yards. And it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So got to find a way to limit big plays in the run game and on the and in the passing game. And also, this is probably one of the harder keys for them to actually do is to generate pressure. I don't know how you do it, but maybe Joe Witt Jr. being at ground level, maybe he'll see something different. But got to find a way to generate pressure. And of course, special teams. Special teams has probably been the side of the ball that's probably been the most the bright spot. Where we have high marks when it comes to kick returns and punts. Now, field goals, week to week, it depends. But special teams is probably the best part of either side of the ball. For this team. Team captains. Rodriguez. I said McNichols. Well, shoot. Yeah, like we need all of them, but Rodriguez on the offensive side of the ball, running the ball. Deron Payne, oh boy. I thought he was on the trade block. I thought he was about it. I ain't gonna hold you. And of course, Jeremy Reeves, who was our special teams ace. But yeah, special teams, you know, it special teams could hold up its end like it's always done. Maybe it'll be close. Maybe.
Coaching. Dan Campbell, the Lions with 2 new coordinators, the Commanders with Joe Litt, Cliff Kingsbury, Dan Quinn after last week has lost all trust probably from the fan base. People probably want him gone. I mean, how do you see coaching in this?
I don't like it. I think it's heavy Lions everything. Shout out to the D coordinator. I think this is his first year being the D coordinator, and he's getting some results and also dealing with injuries, but able to get some results, get some positive results. But with those guys that you have offensively, the personnel, you just gotta think that offense coordinator would eventually catch on and get into the groove of things. Outside of week 1, this Lions team has looked really good, and they did slip up against a pesky, Minnesota Vikings team, but that's a divisional game, so those games are always a little different. But the Lions offense could put up points, and that's all that matters. And they got some key guys at some key spots at on the defensive side of the ball. So yeah, I lean, Lions with coaching on the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. Because again, Dan Quinn is not getting high marks at all for that BS that he pulled last game.
What are you expecting from Marcus Mariota? He's been starting a lot this season, maybe more than we projected and wanted to see. What are you expecting from Marcus Mariota in this offense? No scary Terry yet again.
He's a vet, and I expect him to play like a vet. Biggest thing, not to turn the ball over. I think that's the biggest thing from a vet, and hopefully that mixes up and gets spread out through the rest of the offense. I think Marcus Mariota is pretty good with taking care of the ball. Now he did throw 1 pick 6 recently. That was I think that was the Chiefs game. Was it? Oh no, that was a Cowboys game. I think that was a Cowboys game. But I think we're actually in a good spot as far as backup quarterbacks because most team backups go, and it's like no chance, no shot. But with Marcus Mariota, at the very least, he knows how to run the offense and has been doing this long enough that you trust him to take care of the ball.
All right, Crevonte, what's your final prediction? And if you got a score for tomorrow, 4:00 evening slot.
Oof. Yeah. Ugh. Man, it's gonna be tough. I think the Lions will have maybe that 35-38, somewhere in that range. And the Commanders will have somewhere in the, oh gosh, we might not score. Jesus Christ. Donnie T gonna be in the building. Ugh, yuck. We probably maybe have like 10-14, somewhere around there. I think it's gonna be ugly. I think they're gonna win by a couple scores and win comfortably.
All right, Crevonte, any final thoughts before we go around the league of looking at week 10, if you can believe it or not?
Gosh. This is not and it's unfortunate because it's a 425 game, so it's going to be one of only 3 games on at the same time, but this game probably won't be watchable.
All right, Crevonte, week 10. I'm good.
Now I'm saying what these are saying.
Yeah, no Tom
Why
Brady
would you
this week.
go to Landover when you have the opportunity to go to LA or with San Francisco, Santa Clara?
Yes, LA. Yeah, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. All right, let's look at week 10, Crevonte. It started on Thursday night with a snooze fest. Speaking of putting somebody to bed, cure for insomnia.
Ha.
Again, they're 8, but barely scrape out of the Raiders 10-7. Are you believing in this Broncos team?
I believe in the defense. Y'all know. Listen, I've been on record. I don't care for Bo Nix, man. He seems to play good in one quarter, and that seems to be the fourth quarter. But through the first half of these games, he's just playing. He's playing subpar ball, subpar like quarterback, and I'm like, I don't know why he keeps starting off so slow. But thankfully, he has a defense that is reminiscent of that defense 10 years ago when Peyton Manning was a quarterback, and a guy by the name of Von Miller, who's on our team now, but 10 years ago was the Super Bowl MVP. That defense is they don't have the star power like they did in 2015, but they got the numbers. They got the numbers though. And the only thing I'm worried about is Patrick Surtain, how long he's going to be out, because they are going to need him. They're going to need him for the for the post Thanksgiving stretch. But those are some orange monsters up there.
Most sacks by a team since 1990 through 10 games. And Nick Bonito, I think, is one of the leaders in the league in sacks and pressures. So they're getting done, man.
Yeah, no. Defensively, they are getting it done. It is hard to score on this team. But, at this point, I guess Bo Nix, all he got to do is not turn the ball over, and they'll have a shot.
Anything I'm looking forward to in week 10, my guy?
Sheesh. Let's see. I think the Colts might go on a run. No, Falcons, Ravens and Vikings could be interesting. Giants, Bears, yuck. Bills, Dolphins, super yuck.
Browns, Jets, the matchup of the year. Ugh. And I picked the Jets, and they traded everybody. I'm scared now.
Oh man, listen, you better switch. Go to the app and switch it, brother.
do I believe in the Browns though?
No, you don't. The only thing is, I'm solely picking the Jets. I mean, I'm solely staying away from the Jets because they traded everybody, and the locker room is probably wild. The only thing is the Browns don't play well on at home. I mean, don't play well on the road. But listen, they're playing a Jets team that's a shell of themselves. Like, if you're gonna win a game, it's gotta be this one. And also, all of y'all, they got less than 3 wins. I need y'all to get more wins so the Commanders can get a higher pick.
Mark, to your question, Mark Andrews, 18 yards away from breaking the Ravens' all-time receiving record. So there you go. Some history could be made tomorrow. Yes. Derek Mason, Crevonte had it. Remember Derek Mason? So
I sure do.
18 yards away. Patriots, Buccaneers, Crevonte. That's a good game. I did pick the Patriots, but that's going to be a good one.
You know what? I'm going back and forth right now.
Egbuka is supposed to play. Egbuka, your boy, is supposed to play though.
Yes, and that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a injury report. I think I'm switching. I might have switched it already, but to the Buccaneers just because they're coming off a bye week, and I'm not sure how Drake May is going to fare on the road. Not to say he can't, but situation, this would be a game where a young quarterback would lose. So I think I switched to the Bucs pick.
Real quick, the Tyler Shuck era begins in New Orleans. I know Miss Hayes can't wait with bated breath to see her potential new franchise quarterback.
She said who?
The guy you guys drafted over Shador. The guy you drafted over Shador.
That guy that got drafted over Shador. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. The crazy enough, the Panthers might wash them. Panthers might wash them.
They'd be 6-4, Crevonte. They'd be in the mix, man. They'd be right in the mix.
The Panthers play amazing. They're a different team when they're at home. And even though I hate that 5.5 point spread, but the Panthers play really good football at home, and I don't think that guy is it with New Orleans. I don't think he's it at all.
No CJ Stroud. Jaguars, Texans. Jaguars got to win this, right?
Absolutely. This is a divisional game. I think this is a must win. You can't lose a game like this.
Agreed. Rams 49ers will be fun. Always fun.
Oh yeah. Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan's always a good matchup. Cardinals, Seahawks, because Kyler Murray's not playing, that now becomes interesting. And also the Seahawks is not that good of a home team, which is weird. And Jacoby Brissett has this team in all of their games pretty much. So I can understand why they would rather bench Kyler Murray for Jacoby Brissett, because he's keeping them in games. So the Seahawks 7.5. I think that's a lot for a divisional game. Cardinals probably will cover that. Rams got to get some get back, because that Thursday night game weeks ago against the 49ers did not fare too well. So the Rams got to get some get back. And yuck.
Real quick, Steelers Chargers on Sunday night. The team who gets the most sacks, the Steelers, against the team who gives up the most sacks. We know the injuries to that O-line, the Chargers. Joe Alt out for the year now. That'll be the key to that game. I picked the Chargers, but don't let them Steelers defenders get after Justin Herbert.
I'm scared. I'm thinking about switching that pick myself too, man, because especially the type of game the Steelers just came off of, with they had 6 takeaways, 5 sacks.
Yes.
What? And you're not telling me their best old lineman is not going to be there? I am concerned for the Chargers. Absolutely concerned. But I picked the Chargers, but don't be surprised if I switch that pick too.
And Monday night, our boy Drizzy Dre will be in the building. He'll be in the game for Minnesota and Baltimore tomorrow, but he's driving over to Lambeau to see the Eagles and the Packers.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game, but the Packers have not been playing their best ball right now. And again, Jordan Love is concerning to me. I'm not sure. I think the pressure just might get to him, man. I don't think he's ready for them to be a contender right now, because he's playing some very inconsistent football. The offense seems to be lacking, stalling out at times. The defense been showing up for the most part, but Jordan Love is the question mark. Just like I think Bo Nix is the question mark for the Broncos. Yes, they'll win more games than they'll lose, but when it comes time to playing an elite level team, I don't know, man. I would love to say like the Packers would win this game, but I don't know. They just got washed by the Panthers. Not washed, but they lost. And the Panthers were at home. And now at least they're at home. That'll hopefully that'll sway, their advantage a little bit. But man, I don't know, man. I think I picked the Eagles in that game.
Same. Bengals, Cowboys, Titans, Chiefs are also on buys. And lastly, Crevonte, the Ohio State 9-0. 4th time since 2019 being at least 9-0. Most in the FBS. Indiana survives. So 2 undefeated, number 1 and number 2, both in the Big Ten. And I think they play coming up soon. I'm going to fact check that real quick.
Yeah. Big time. Ohio State rolled Purdue. Purdue got pretty much a garbage touchdown at the end. I saw the point spread. It was 30.5. And I was like, God damn. And Ohio State almost covered. If it wasn't for that late touchdown by Purdue. I don't think Ohio State is going to run into anybody crazy until probably when the playoff starts, or if Indiana's on the schedule.
So they don't play Indiana. They have UCLA, Rutgers, who beat Maryland, and then the game with Michigan. So they probably won't play them to the Big Ten championship, probably.
Yeah, probably. So Michigan, Ohio State's always a thing. One of the better rivalries.
This year. I think they wash them this year, Crevonte. I'm
Yeah,
calling it first. I think they win by
I
double
think
digits.
those two. I think those two. But the year they won the Ohio State won the championship, Michigan found a way to win. So it's like but we should wash Michigan. So yeah, but Ohio State's playing their best ball right now. They got some guys on the offensive side of the ball that's going to be playing on Sundays, man. It's going to be crazy. And Indiana survives. Indiana being a power, dare I say, a powerhouse football program sounds crazy, but it's some interesting college football. I can't wait till the playoffs start. Oh,
Yeah.
and the Chiefs. I think this is a terrible time for the Chiefs to go on a bye.
Okay.
Just because where they are in the division, and the Broncos are still finding ways to win.
And I believe I was talking to Jugs. They played the Broncos after the bye, then they played them like 2 weeks later, like with the Commanders and Eagles. So it's 2 in the next couple of weeks. So it's gonna be
Chiefs
close.
and the Chiefs need to win both of those games.
I agree.
If they still want a shot at the division, both of those games are must win after the bye week, because the Chiefs only got 5 wins, right?
Yes, 5 and 3.
And the Broncos just got their 8th win. So you need to win both of those games and maybe catch them for a tiebreaker. But yeah, Chiefs coming in as wild card would be interesting.
Real quick, look at the first college football playoff rankings. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama will be your 4 top seeds who get the buys. You got. Then after that is chaos. I think that's how it's going to be. Then after that, Crevonte 5 through 12 might just be whoever gets in, because I think Texas is still alive even with 2 losses, because they getting it together now. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, for sure. Definitely. Texas Tech. Whew, Texas Tech been up there. That's reminiscent from like football back in the day. But it's good. It's good to see. But this is what we wanted. It's good to see new teams, new variety, new competition. Even if it still ends up being how we ultimately think it is, this is still fun to see, giving guys opportunities to compete in a playoff atmosphere, a legit one, not a bowl one. It's different over here. It's a little bit different. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And Georgia's in the mix. You know, they still have the ability to make some noise, so it's gonna be something.
All right, Crevonte, well, let the people know what we do here for the Washington Commanders. We'll be live at some point tomorrow. I don't know if we're just going to do a super show, probably, but we'll do Ravens and Commanders, then go around the NFL Week 10 each game. So tomorrow, but let people know what we do for the Commanders and how to keep up with the content we got going
on. So we do previews for the Commanders, post game for the Commanders. It's football season, so we know we got some Ravens. We do all around the league. I try my best to avoid talking about the Commanders, even though this is a preview for the Commanders, but it's not a great season, guys. I told Byron earlier, I'm already looking at pass rushers. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at 2 guys right now, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll talk about that off air. But like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you be notified when all of this content comes out. Also, Commanders and Ravens post game, we'll find some time to do that tomorrow as well. So you don't want to miss none of this good content. You'll find something you like. I guarantee it.
And since Dre is in Green Bay on Monday, we're not doing the flagship podcast. We'll still be here for wrestling. Monday Night Raw, we'll have you covered there. But tomorrow will kind of be like a podcast without it being a podcast on a Monday. So we'll get together, Raj, yourself, me, probably do a 3-man weave, go around the NFL, talk about the Ravens, talk about the Commanders, and look ahead to the Sunday night and Monday night games as well. So for the senior producer, the Commanderlorain, one half of the Founding Fathers, captain of the Goofy Ship, only place giving you sports how you want it when you
need it.
Crevonte, baby, appreciate you, my brother. I know it's been a little tough, but we're going to grind through the rest of the season.
Indeed. And Mark, you are right. Brissett actually running the plays how they are designed. If it was any other, if it was an offensive coordinator that was the head coach, a head coach with an offensive mind background, he probably would have benched Kyler Murray some time ago.
He could be on the hot seat. Now Jonathan Gannon could be on the hot seat again.
I think Gannon might be on a hot seat. you know, every year it's like 7 to 8. It's like 7 to 8 guys that lose their job, whether it be during the season or on Black Monday.
Crevonte will be with me tomorrow. He'll be with me through the rest of the season. We got plenty of content to wrap up your 2025. Goofies of the Year we'll be doing that soon probably as well. So start to think about that, Crevonte. I know a lot of candidates to come to the front of the congregation, but we'll talk about that as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Crazy thing, it may not even be football related. That's that takes it. But Don, man, yes, we are buns, man. It sucks, man. Anyway, so much hype, so much expectation, but we're buns, definitely buns.
Crevonte will be with me as I mentioned tomorrow. Throw your ones up, acknowledge us, hit the Sports Podcast table. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Teflon Don. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, D. Shout out to Timothy. He was also in the chat. I also want to shout out El Guapo checking in, saying it's going to be closer than we think because the Lions offense without their offensive coordinator. So we'll see. That's why they play the game. Any given Sunday, Crevonte will be with me, breaking it all down. Vote on the poll. Let us know if the Commander season is over. Watching on X. Come on over to YouTube, the mothership. Lots of content to get lost into. Got a Maryland post game that just dropped before we went live. Got a Maryland preview for football and basketball. That's going on. Ravens, Commanders, NBA season. And of course, pro wrestling and all the other things in between in the world of sports and pop culture on the Flex On Podcast. For Crevonte, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow at some point with some coverage, and Monday, a new week starting with Monday Night Raw. For everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. Good night. Peace. We out of here, y'all. Good night.